In this video, we are going to be looking at letter writing.
And we've got various types of letter. We have, for example, letter of employment. We have letter of dismissal. We have letter of introduction. Of dismissal. Okay, I think I should write it. Now, in essence, we've got many types of letters, but all these types of letter can be classified basically under three types of letters. We have formal letter, then we have informal letter, and lastly we have semi-formal letter. So the way I want you to see this so that you can understand perfectly is that on two extremes we've got formal letter here, we've got informal letter here, and in the middle we've got semi-formal letter. Now, for example, if I tell you that you need to dress in a formal way, it means that I'm telling you to probably put on a suit and then a tie. That's what it means to dress in a formal way. Now, a formal letter is an official letter. Can you see? A letter you write to people you don't really know. So, for example, a letter to the governor, a letter to the local government, a letter of employment. All these are formal letters because you don't really have a relationship with the people you are writing to. That's formal letter. Now, informal letter on the extreme right, informal letter is like a casual letter. Now, if I tell you that you are dressing in an informal way, the way to think about it is that you are putting on a shirt and a jean. Does that make sense? Formal is like suit. Informal is like shirt and jean. So informal letter is a casual letter. It's a letter you write to your friend, people you really know. Your dad, your mom, your sister, your friend, your cousin. All of these fall under informal letter. Does that make sense? Now, semi-formal letter is like in between. So it's neither entirely formal letter, neither is it entirely informal letter. It's a letter you write to people that you know a bit, but you are not intimate with. Do you understand? For example, letter to the principal of your school. You have letter to your parents' friend or friend of your parents. They fall under semi-formal letter. Do you understand this? Now, if you understand it this way, you begin to now understand the features of these three types of letter. For example, formal letter, you go straight to the point when you are writing a formal letter. Number two, you don't use abbreviation because it's official. Can you see? You go straight to the point. There is no unnecessary greeting. You go straight to the point. The tone of the letter shows that there is virtually no rapport between the writer and the person receiving the letter. You don't know each other. You just go straight to the point, to the purpose why you've written the letter. Now, on this end is an informal letter. Now, for informal letter, because you have a rapport with the person, you are intimate with the person, there is abbreviation, greetings, slangs. Because obviously it's informal, you have a very good rapport with the person, so you can say things like "What's up?" Do you understand? So because it's an informal letter. Now in the middle is a semi-formal letter. So now for semi-formal letter, you can greet, but it should not be excessive, because you know the person a little bit, but not very intimate as you are for the informal letter. Do you understand? And definitely you cannot use slang for your principal. So the extreme is for formal letter, it's official, straight to the point. For informal letter, it's casual. You can always have greetings, slangs, abbreviation. And then semi-formal is like a blend of both words. Do you understand? Now let's take each of these letters and then dissect it individually. Now, so what we are going to do is to take the various division of a letter, parts of a letter, and then we are now going to tell the difference between formal letter, semi-formal letter, and informal letter. Can we do that? Now the first part we are going to take is the address. Now, so we've got formal. Let's put semi-formal in the middle, and then we've got informal. Now a formal letter has two addresses. A semi-formal letter has one address, while an informal letter has one address. Do you understand? Now for semi-formal letter and an informal letter, they only contain the address of the person sending the letter, while for formal letter it contains both the address of the person sending the letter and the address of the person receiving the letter. So there are basically two forms of address. We have the block and then we have the slant. Now both form of address is correct, but we usually advise students to adopt the block form because it's easier. Now for the block form, all you need to do is that every letter or number is on the same line. Does that make sense? Now let me give you an example. So we are going to take an informal letter. Now remember, for an informal letter we only have the address of the person writing the letter, as well as for a semi-formal letter. So let's take an example here. So for example, I can have 12 Ajishegiri Street. Now you can see, because it's block, A will be under 1. Agodo Egbe Ikotun Lagos. Then I have let's say 21st June 2020. Now this is a block Now this is the block format. Can you see that everything is on the same line? Does that make sense? Now having said that, if you look at the address, I have 12 comma Ajishegiri Street. S is capital S. Can you see? Now if it's an informal letter, I can write STR full stop comma, because abbreviation is allowed in an informal letter, or I can just as well write it in full. So we've got comma Agodo Egbe comma Ikotun, which is like the town, if you may say, comma Lagos. Now after the state you put full stop. Does that make sense? So we have the date. Now you can see that I'm not putting 21st, instead I'm putting 21st June, comma 2020, then you end with a full stop. Now if the letter is going out of the country, so if you are asked to write a letter to your father who is in United States of America, for example, you need to add Nigeria. You add a country, Nigeria. Now you can see for an informal letter, we've got just one address, the address of the person sending the letter, as well as for a semi-formal letter. Now, but for a formal letter, we need two addresses. So if we have the address of the person sending the letter, we need the address of the person receiving the letter, and that will usually be on the left hand side of your notes or of your book or of the letter, as the case may be. So this is like the address of the person sending the letter, of the sender. Do you understand? But for a formal letter, you don't just need the address of the person sending the letter, you also need the address of the person receiving the letter. So let's have the format for the address of a formal letter. So we can have the address of the person sending, so we have probably 15 Odogbolu Street, comma, can you see? Now underneath it we can have, let's say, Wesley Crescent, then we have Agbo, comma, Delta State, full stop. Let's say we have 22nd July 2020. So can you see on the same line, and this like the address of the sender. Now if we are told to write the letter, for example, to the editor of Punch newspaper, now we are writing the letter to the editor of Punch newspaper, the address of the editor will be on the left hand side, so it's the receiver of the letter. So this is how we'll write it. So we can start with the person's title, the editor. Can you see? Punch. Also you are going to write it in block, so we have Punch newspaper. Now let's say we know the address, 50 Adewumi Close, comma, then we have Lagos State, full stop. Now remember, this is the address of the receiver. Now you don't need to put the date again. The date is always only at the address of the sender. You don't put it in the address of the receiver. Do you understand? So this is like the address for formal letter. You have the address of the sender as well as the address of the receiver. But for informal letter, we are just going to be having the address of the sender. I hope you understand this. Now for the sake of exam, if you are told in the exam to write a letter to the editor of Punch, and for any reason you don't know the address, it's not compulsory that the address is the real address of Punch newspaper. So you can always give any address, just try as much as possible that it's as real as possible. So 50 Adewumi Close is just something that came from the top of my head. I hope you understand.